During December 2014, Michael and Tina Wood were among several tourists enjoying a breeding herd of elephants from a lookout point in the Kruger National Park.
It was a beautiful, peaceful sight. We'd been sitting there for quite some time, and suddenly there was a loud buzzing noise. We weren't quite sure what it was in the beginning, and then we realized it was a drone. And we watched as this drone flew along the riverbed up towards the elephants.
Not believing their eyes, the Woods initially thought the drone was part of a research project.
As we carried on watching, we realized it wasn't, because this drone flew down so low and so close to the elephants. One of the mother elephants got quite agitated, and the rest of the elephants got nervous as well, and they all turned and ran, and this drone then followed them, and finally even the ones further away under the tree scattered, and all the elephants ran into the bushes.
Meanwhile, slightly downstream, one of the 50-50 producers, also on holiday in the Kruger Park, was watching the last of the herd enter the riverbed.
Toe ons daar aankom, dis die laaste bietjie van die teeltrop olifante oor die pad en hulle stap toe in die rivierbed in. Rustig, kalm, maar ewe skielik toe verander iets. Hulle ore het opgestaan, hulle het gemaal en mens kon sien, iets was aan die gang daar. Van die olifante het begin trompetter, van hulle het links gehardloop, regs gehardloop, en een van jou kenmerkende olifantgedrag, wat jy weet, daar's 'n gevaar, was een van die volwassenes het haarself geplaas tussen whatever die gevaar was, van waar het gekom het, en 3 kleintjies was aan haar linkerkant daarvan, en is typiese gedrag van plaas jouself tussen die gevaar en die jongeres.
So it ruined the beautiful sight for us, but we were a little more concerned about the fact that there was a drone in the Kruger Park and flying this close to animals and disturbing them like that.
According to Sand Parks, this is not the first incident of private drone use in its reserves. Kruger had 2 incidents late last year, and earlier in the year, Kgalagadi also had numerous reports.
This is a relatively new thing, although Section 47 of the Protected Areas Act does actually restrict flying of aircraft below a height of 2,500 feet in any national park. We have also initiated a process of building it into the park rules in each and every national park, so that the visitor would know in advance that this is unacceptable and we can't tolerate people using drones in a national park.
Apart from it being illegal, it also poses a serious threat to anti-poaching efforts.
If we look at a park such as Kruger Park, where you have a very intense rhino poaching situation, clearly the use of drones by private individuals, unknown to the authorities, unauthorized by the authorities, could compromise anti-poaching operations. One can even envisage a situation where potential poachers could even pose as tourists and use drones in order to try and sight animals.
Paul says they need the public's eyes and ears and implores tourists to report any incident immediately to park officials. And that's exactly what Michael and Tina Wood planned to do. But first, they followed the drone to see where it was going and spotted the vehicle in which the operator sat. As they approached, the drone landed on the road next to the culprit's car, and a passenger climbed out of the vehicle to collect it.
We reported the incident. We came through to Olifant's camp and we reported it to the camp manager. And we voiced our concern about this kind of equipment being used in the game reserve. He was quite concerned about it and decided to go to the people who had also arrived at Olifant's camp, and he did go and speak to them about their inappropriate actions, their inappropriate behavior.
The way it has been dealt with up till now, because it is a relatively new thing, and the few cases that we have encountered, I do believe that the people using the drones were not aware that they were not able to use drones, not allowed to use drones. We didn't issue fines in those instances, but going forward we certainly will be issuing fines to people who would contravene that.